Rita Tinina, KTN News.
Away from that, the public and stakeholders will be allowed to give their views before the Joint Dialogue Committee, as the 60-day timeline for the talks began running after the Senate passed the motion to establish the team yesterday. Now, the 10-member team took another crucial step by signing the framework agreement and the statement outlining the harmonized issues on the table. Now, the committee also hinted at proposing changes to the electoral agency selection panel that has been in office for 5 months now. And as KTN's political affairs reporter Emmanuel told details, the team has until the end of October to give their report on the 5 issues up for discussion and, of course, report back to the appointing authority, parliament, and, of course, Azimio leader Raila Odinga.
After putting pen to paper on the 5 major issues of dialogue and the statement of issues at the Bomas of Kenya, it is now all systems go for the talks team as their 60 working days officially commenced following weeks of preliminary meetings.
Now our 60 days begin ticking from yesterday, and that is why we reaffirm our commitment to complete this process within the set timelines.
The committee now announcing that it will open its doors for the members of the public and stakeholders to send their views and comments to the committee.
We have also resolved that we shall be extending invitations to stakeholders and members of the public to present their memorandums to the committee.
The committee also wrote to the IEBC selection panel to take judicial notice of the talks team and align accordingly. This ostensibly opening the door for possible changes in the membership of the selection panel that has been in office for about 5 months now.
You never know. You could end up with the reconstitution of the panel itself. You never know. Everything is on the table.
On the question of whether we are able to stop the selection panel, we are not writing to them to stop doing their work. It's just to take what has been described by the Honorable Eugene Omaro in our meeting as judicial notice.
In the statement of issues, the 10 issues earlier proposed by both teams have been collapsed into 5 clusters with sub-points under them. They include outstanding constitutional matters, electoral justice and related matters, entrenching funds into the constitution, establishment and entrenchment of state offices, and fidelity to political parties or coalitions, and the law on multi-party democracy. The contentious issue of the high cost of living has also been included in the talks and pegged on Article 43 of the Constitution, which spells out the right of every Kenyan to have food. The issue of the review of the electoral boundaries was also included in the talks, with the delimitation process expected latest March 2024. Other issues will also include the creation of the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary and that of the leader of the official opposition.
We have adjourned to Friday this week at 10 a.m. to allow the Secretariat and the technical teams to work on prioritization of the issues and guide us on how we prioritize what issues do we begin with.
The framework agreement, which is a replica of the agreement of the bipartisan talks team, also states that when the committee reaches a consensus on an issue, in consultation with the coalition structures, the relevant part of the final report and proposals shall be ring-fenced from amendment. And after signing the framework agreement and the statement of issues, the 60-day deadline for the talks team to begin its sittings starts officially on Tuesday as the teams rush against time to have the issues laid on the table concluded in time. Emmanuel To, KTN News, Bomas, Nairobi.
Thank you, Emmanuel. And that's